The essay item type is exactly what it sounds like, an item type in which the students will build an essay based off of the directions you give them. Your role in creating the item will be to provide concise directions and establish the manner in which the essay will be graded. Selecting grading options will be the focus of this video. As the item creator, you will have another role after the essay has been submitted. Unlike many of the other item types, SARS will not automatically grade the essays, so you will learn how to find the tools to grade them yourself. Let's make an essay item type now. The fields for item code and item label are required on all item types, and the item code must be unique. Ensure that these fields are completed. Then provide instructions for the student in the text editor labeled Item Stem. Essay item types are most effective when the student has clear instructions or prompts to write from. You may wish to provide an optional passage as part of this item in order to provide the students with something to analyze or contemplate when they write their essay. Use the Passage Details section to select a passage to use or to create a passage for this item. After ensuring that all of the necessary directions are written and any optional passages are provided, it's time to tell SARS how you wish the essay to be graded in the Evaluation Settings area, located just below the item stem. Since these settings can be matched to a variety of preferences, keep in mind the settings you would like as they are explained. In the scoring box, you will choose how you will be grading the essay when you evaluate them. Choosing numeric allows you to assign a direct numerical score, while choosing rubric allows you to select a predefined rubric to assign scores by. If numeric is chosen, input a value in the box that is equal to the total amount of points you want to be possible to attain for this item. If rubric is chosen and you have selected the rubric you would like to grade by, you will have the opportunity to fill it in during the grading portion of the evaluation. If you wish to select a different rubric than the one you've selected, click the blue Clear All link, then select Rubric link and select again. If you need instruction on how to create a rubric of your own, please watch the video on the Manage Criteria feature. In the Response Evaluation Tools box, you will choose how you will mark up and make comments on the essay. If Read Only is selected, there will be no options to place marks or make comments on the essay when you're evaluating it. The essay evaluations will simply prompt for a score. If Feedback Inline is selected, you will have an opportunity to place your comments or feedback directly into a copy of the student's essay, which will be provided in a Word editor, much like the Item Stem editor. If Use Tools for Providing Feedback is selected, you will be provided with a wide variety of stamps and tools to use to mark up the essay during evaluation, which will be explained a little bit more later in this video. You might want to use tools if you're considering grammar, spelling, and other particular writing forms or styles during your evaluation. In the Evaluation Guidelines box, you have just two options to set, yes or no. If you select yes for Show Evaluator Comments during evaluation, you should see an additional box during evaluation to type comments in that the student will potentially see based on the test preferences you select on your test. If you select yes for Show Grade Scheme during evaluation, you should see the grade scheme you chose for your test during the evaluation, so you can reference it as you assign scores to the essays. Located just below the Evaluation Settings box is the Student Response Area Settings box. Here you will define the options that are available to the students as they build their essays. Begin by ensuring that the language you want them to type in is set correctly. Next, set Essay Title Space to On if you would like to have the students be responsible for naming their essays, or set it to Off if you do not wish to require titles. If set to On, there will be a separate entry line added above the student's essay entry field, which prompts them for a title. Finally, define an upper and lower word limit, which you will notice are required before this item will allow you to save it. If the students hit the word limit in their essays, SARS will prevent them from typing any further. Students can see the maximum word limit beneath their essay as well as the current word count and will know if they've hit the limit. To briefly recap everything regarding the creation of an essay item, you should have your prompt or instructions in the item stem, as well as an optional passage provided if necessary. The evaluation settings should all be set to your preference, and the student response area settings should also be set to your preference. When all of the required fields have been set, You may click the blue Save button at the bottom and preview your item to see if it looks the way you want your students to see it. After you click Save, you should be returned to the Manage Items screen. If you remain on the item creation screen, be sure to check all required fields are filled out. When your item is successfully saved, find your item and click the Options icon, then select Preview. This will open a new window which will display your item as it will appear to the students. If it looks how you want it to look, then it should be ready to go on your test. If not, you might want to edit it some more and try different options under the student response area settings, or adjust your passage if you provided one. The next part of this video explains how to best evaluate the essays. After the test with your essay items has been completed by your students, you may lock the essays to grade them. To do this, go to the Content Management menu and click on Manage Essay Evaluation. Look for your test name throughout the list of completed essays. Everywhere your test name is listed, there should be one of your students' login names listed to the left. Click the golden padlock icon to lock the student's essay you're grading. Your login name will appear in the Evaluator column because you are now evaluating the essays for this student. If you unlock the essays, your login name will be removed from that column. Click the blue Evaluate link to the right while the essays are locked to see all of the essays your students have submitted. Essays with a yellow mark next to them are ready to be or are currently being graded, while essays with a green mark are already graded. Click the Evaluate link again next to the specific essay you wish to grade. The manner in which your evaluation takes place will be directly based on the settings you chose when you created the essay items. If you chose to use tools for evaluation, you will see markup options on both sides of the essay. You may click those tools and use them to mark the essay where desired. If you place a mark and want to change it or delete it, click the Select tool and then click the mark you want to adjust or delete. You can also click the Clear All button if you just want to start over entirely. If you chose Feedback Inline as your main feedback option, you will see a copy of the student's essay in a text editor, and you may type comments directly into this copy of their essay. Your finished evaluation will be available to the student if you made it available in your test preferences. If you selected Read Only as your option for feedback, you will see none of the things we've just discussed, but instead will only be able to give scores to the essays. As for the evaluation guidelines you set during the essay item creation, if you said yes to Show Evaluator Comment during evaluation, you will see a box to type comments in apart from the student's essay. The student will still only be able to see the comments if the test preferences are set to allow it. If you said yes to Show Grade Scheme during evaluation, you should have your test's grade scheme available for reference now. There's a lot to test and try out with the essay item types in SARAS, but knowing how to create, administer, and evaluate essays will give you a great start into learning how to fine-tune them. Congratulations on completing your essay item.